one more thing I wanted to ask you today. Entrepreneurs feel the challenge of needing to do everything themselves. you know
Yes.
they they want to be the finance
Yeah.
person, they want to be the operations person, the HR
Yeah.
person, the sales person, marketing person, and it's a very big challenge, which is why entrepreneurs never sleep. They are working for 23 and a half hours and they sleep for half an hour, and they have no time for their family. And I genuinely believe that in the corporate world, what I've seen, that leaders can go for holidays,
Yeah.
but an entrepreneur never can go for a holiday. So, what is it that an entrepreneur can do with his set of people so that he does not have to be involved in every aspect of the business? And in fact, I was speaking to an entrepreneur today itself, and the entrepreneur said that, I have to take all the decisions. I just can't leave it to the team. How do we solve these problems for entrepreneurs where they can just let it go the way leaders do in the corporate world?
Okay. I think I'm not saying that you are wrong. I don't want to say that, but I believe that you have a similar challenge in organization as well. Some leaders just refuse to let go. They don't want to delegate. They believe that their decisions are the best, and they don't want to pass on. So, whatever reasons they may be, entrepreneurship I can understand. When you have a small startup, especially starting, you want to limit the costs. You want to limit those. You want to optimize resources. So probably that time it's a forced one that I become a finance guy, I become the accounts guy, I become the admin guy, I become the business guy, I become the ideas guy. So I become everything. As the company or business expands, so you have to believe that you can now delegate a few things to let go. There's always a question mark of risk versus letting go. The fact of the matter is that there is a power which has to be shared. Entrepreneurs, I believe true entrepreneurship is exactly that, where you're sharing rather than consolidating. The fact of the matter is that question about, you said entrepreneur not taking holidays, I think a simple question of nothing to do with entrepreneurship. It's a simple question of balancing your work life. Everybody needs a break. It's all important. Nothing is important. Nothing is so critical that you can't go away for 6-7 days. You did that in companies, and they carried the phones, they carried the laptops, they carried everything. Technically they're on vacation, but actually they were not. So the same thing is now. So we take our breaks with the family. It's how much importance you give. If you trust your people, like I said earlier, trust, plus involvement is equal to alignment. Add a word of delegation to it. You'll be surprised that we all know that when you delegate, like example, Stephen Covey's, 7 effective habits, when you talk about urgent and important elements.
Yes.
We all believe that whatever I'm doing is highly urgent, highly important. How can that be? How can that be? It's not. So there is a scope of delegating, there is scope to doing things later. It's the way you need to organize yourself. I think a lot of entrepreneurs struggle on time management.
Yeah.
You have 86,400 seconds, 1440 minutes, 24 hours a day. Find a way. Always remember, best of leaders, Aditya Puri just retired from HDFC Bank. And he the fact of the matter is, what did we learn from him? I think one was time management.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And he had all the figures with him, very successful. So the fact of the matter is, and there are lots of examples like that. So people who know, you'll never find a piece of paper on the table, which is out of place. So they're comfortable with what they're doing. The fact is, they have people to do it. Like as Jack Welch said, I'm a gardener. All my job is to make sure that I have all the right people there to be able to make a garden. And for the fact of the matter is, you need people to do it. Also, don't forget, at the end of the day, when you have an entrepreneurship journey, there has to be transition from where you think about getting the organization up to organization maturity, to scaling it up. You need more time for ideas. You need more time to, do you have as an entrepreneur, I always say in time management, called time to think. If I don't have that, I'm going to be struggling on a day-to-day basis. I will be more reactive than a proactive leader or entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is proactive. Leadership is proactive. For that, I need to create a window of 1 hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours time to think, how do I see my business going? What can I do to change? What can I do to innovate? Going back to my 5I model of leadership, look at the elements that can happen if I do not believe in letting go of things being done by my team. Delegation is an art, but delegation is essential.
You've been a
And let's
very,
be honest.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I also believe that at the end of the day, what are we working for?
Yeah,
So you must
exactly.
enjoy what you're doing. Or you became an entrepreneur to enjoy something that you could do.
Yes,
So you don't want to be in the same rat race.
absolutely.
You can enjoy that you're doing. I mean, why can't you, let go? In fact, I would say when an entrepreneur is there, you can fly off anytime you want to. As long as you're not just abdicating things. But all I'm saying is there is a way. There is nobody, you're accountable to yourself, not to anybody else.
Correct. Absolutely. There has to be a way. Prakash, you've been a
Yes.
successful entrepreneur yourself, and this will be my last question. Again, one of the challenges which most entrepreneurs face and they share with entrepreneurs when they start off in their earlier stage, actually even later on, till as long as they are a micro or a small business, they cannot pay the big bucks to hire the best people. One is that's what they believe. One is how can they create a JD or create an interaction at the interview level so that they can hire the talent they want? And how can they retain the talent and salary doesn't become the basis on which their employees are staying?